Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And yes, guys, it is the truth that we are giving away 2,000 XRP. It is not a joke, it is not fake. The only thing we need is to hit our like goal. And yes, it is high, but it's also 2,000 XRP that we're giving away. So make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below, because that's all you need to do to enter. It's just 3 steps, guys. Press the like button, be subscribed, comment something. It's so easy that anybody could do it, so if you want to enter, that's all you have to do. Now let's get into our content of today, as I got a ton of stuff to talk about, guys. Make sure you watch it all the way through so you don't miss out, and there's another one coming in a couple of hours because, again, there's just too much stuff. Now, the first article of today is actually, no, we have about 50% articles, 50% tweets. The first article today is actually a very important one, and it's one I've shown you guys before, well, at least the title, but the real in-depth stuff about the article I kind of skipped because the conclusion can be drawn pretty simply, as the title states, "Buy now, pay later. How CV19 is aiding the payment model." And basically, I think we can all understand right now that there is a lot of parties that are getting very, very rich right now, and it's really basically going off the idea of buy now, pay later. That's one thing. Another part is get everything online, and another part is make all your payments as easy as possible. Make just all your services as easy as possible, as a lot of things have to be done from home now. And also, of course, it adds to the digital space of things where, most of the things now get done digitally instead of in real life, and yada, yada, yada. You guys get the picture. Our payment model is changing. Online businesses are having way more benefit right now, and retail stores are having a lot more problems as people like to do everything online. And what that is for XRP and what that means is just there is more appeal to it. There's more of a necessity showing right now. Even though that necessity has been there for a long time, it showcases itself more and more as our world also adopts more into it. And you might be wondering, well, where does that show? Why are you saying this, Dusty? Well, it's so that whenever people are doing online payments, right? 9 out of 10 times, no, let's say 95 out of 100 times, that's 5, whatever, just very often, they do it in their own currency, right? They're doing it in the same one. However, it is possible that they're going to be buying something which is normally done in euros, but they're buying it in dollars. Most of the time, for example, if you use PayPal, it's almost instantly, they'll just transfer it for you. But you should always think about it a little bit further. For example, if you're just trying to send some money home as well, or send some money to somebody, things like that, they're all more apparent and more used if people use more, just internet payments and things like that. I'm trying to paint a little bit of a picture, but it's so obvious that I don't know which points I should state and which ones I shouldn't. And through that whole process, we know the necessity is there for a liquidity provider or an easy way to transfer your money from this pair to this, or from this fiat to this fiat, for example, from US dollar to euro. And that's why XRP will always be necessary in there. Christine Lagarde, and I guess all the other big guys in the space have said that payments will eventually be free. And the more and more that we're sitting into this whole pandemic right now, the more and more we're noticing that everything's being taken online and everything must adopt a lot more quickly than expected, as there's just too much demand for it. The Cryptic Poet. And by the way, guys, make sure you also follow me over on Twitter, because I'm thinking about doing some small giveaways on here. I might just give away 25 XRP tomorrow to just somebody who retweets one of my tweets. I'm thinking about doing that. I'll announce it tomorrow, though, if we are. Could just be fun to see if you guys are still active on there. Make sure you follow me on there as well. The Cryptic Poet just said, the demand for XRP until December 12th just increased. More investors will want to get in to capitalize on the Flare utility fork. Supply and demand say the price could go up. And I asked you guys a question on here. Are you going to be holding Flare's Spark or selling instantly for free money? And a lot of the people are either not going to be claiming their Spark or going to be holding, right? And I saw 1 or 2 sells, but mostly holding or not claiming. What that kind of notified me of is that most likely here, a lot of guys are just in Spark for a longer term profit. But I don't actually know if there's people who are really going to be buying heavily into Spark. I think there must be a couple because they're all of the idea that Spark will take off. But really, not that many people are selling instantly. So I'm more and more thinking about also holding through it. Because if everybody is, there's more of a profit potential for it. Right? And I'm always a guy that says, you know what, take your quick profit if you can, because you might never get the chance once more. But I'm also a guy that goes go big or go home. And with Flare, I'm like, well, if we have our XRP, let's say, for example, you have 1,000 XRP or 10,000, choose something, and you get 10,000 Spark. At first, it may be worth nothing. You know, maybe every 100,000 XRP is worth $1 in Spark. It's not even worth selling then, right? If you have 10,000 and you only get about 50 cents maybe, yeah, are you gonna go through all the trouble to sell it then? Even if it's $10, I don't think that's even worth your time. So from that perspective going forward, I'm also like, maybe I should just keep holding it as well. And will the XRP demand go up because of this? I would say no, because if it does, it would be pretty damn stupid. Because again, guys, the rate won't be significant at the start, where really the Spark you're gonna get is gonna be almost worthless. So you don't really have to buy any more XRP anticipation. You could literally just wait for the fork and buy some Spark afterwards. Because again, we're most likely talking about a couple of bucks anyway, right? Really, really lucky, it's gonna be a little bit of money, but most likely not. Maybe it'll be a cup of coffee for you. Again, maybe it will amaze me, but I don't think so, guys. Just because there's so much of it. And I don't think there will be many people who are trying to buy into it after Spark has already gone live. But maybe, who knows? James Rule just said, Mnuchin, and again, I keep pronouncing that name wrong. You say your way, I say my way. Whatever. If I said it wrong again, let me know in the comment section down below. We want to extend unemployment insurance and send out more stimulus checks. And I just commented down below there as well. The stimulus checks may look cool or good up front superficially, as it's just more money being given out to people who need it. But we all know, the educated ones all know, that in the end, it's going to be way, way, way worse for the guys that are getting this stimulus. They might be happy like, oh yes, I can pass this month again by getting some free money. In the end, I've explained it before, they are the ones that don't have the options to go for different countries for yield and get out of the US dollar to just live off of euro, for example, things like that. They're stuck with the dollar. They're stuck with the system. So if all the QE breaks the system, they're the ones who are going to be hurting the most. And that's something to think about here. That's the guys who are really going to be out of money at all. And some of you asked me in one of my previous videos, I saw it in the comment section. I sometimes read comments, but there's about 1,500 a day, so I take it a little bit lightly. Somebody asked, what did he ask now specifically? We were talking about stimulus. Oh, yeah. So about the stimulus and the whole situation. Oh, I lost it again. With the stimulus, unemployment, why? I think the question was like, why would it be bad for them? Oh yeah. So the question was, why would it be bad? And by the way, why did I forget now all of a sudden? What happened? Am I getting that old? No. He asked, why is it going to be bad for the people who are getting all this free money, right? At the bottom tier of the society, the guys who are getting the least amount of money, like on welfare and things like that, it's really bad for them because if heavy inflation were to come, which the chance is pretty high of, the big guys, they might move from US dollar to euro and just do all their business over there, theoretically speaking. The poorer, they're going to be stuck with US dollars, and their stimulus and things like that, or their new welfare or anything along those lines, probably won't adjust until the next year when all the inflation numbers and things like that are known. So at this point, this system is going to be so messed up, so uncertain, where a lot of people will be at a very, very low amount of money for a little while until everything clears itself up. All the money, or real Lisa Dali, whatever, just posted on Twitter, XRP community, is this why Polysign Inc. hasn't launched? It's waiting for the banking charter. Only banks can custody assets. They must have been given a silent head nod by the OCC beforehand, or they wouldn't have gone through the trouble to build. And the tweets he mentioned here was from CoinDesk, which says, the U.S. Office of the Controller of the Currency, led by a former Coinbase executive, is forging ahead with its plan to offer national banking charters to payment firms who don't take deposits, and not everybody is happy. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't have too much insight on this one. I don't know. It sounds kind of positive for XRP, but I don't know the whole situation, and I don't know if this connection is true and if that all works that way. I just don't know. It's something cool to look into a little bit further, but I don't know if we're going to get the answers we want, so just a little bit of a waiting game for now. Oh yeah, something I found really, really interesting was from Moonomics. He asked over on Twitter, gonna give him a little follow, there we go. He said, no one asked the question, if they went to $50 or pounds overnight, who will buy them? There are some silly billies out there, but I guess it's free entertainment. Whatever, my question or idea that popped up from this one is, who would be buying XRP at $50? Even if XRP went up right now, would you still be buying if XRP was at $50? Because I would not do that. Honestly speaking, if XRP were to really surge right now like crazy and it went to $50, I'm not buying it anymore. I'm just selling. I'm never going to be buying into the coin anymore because $50 is just way above what I could ever return from if the price were to ever fall back down. $50, if that's my average price, there's a little bit of a problem because, cryptos are really volatile and it can really fall back down, if you guys know what I mean. I'm not taking that risk. I'm not buying that high. And also because then I know forever that I could have bought more at about 10, 15 cents or so, or even, 1 cent a little bit ago. And then I'm buying now at $50. I don't think my heart could survive that one. So no, I personally would not be going for it. And that also begs the question, who will be doing that? What type of guys will be buying XRP still once it gets to $50? You would kind of think that all our people are going to be selling it like heavily, but it's a good question. Federal Reserve, we got it wrong on post-cruise rate hikes. Current and former Federal Reserve officials say the timing of its interest rate hikes between 2015 and 18 may have been a mistake. A rare moment of humility spurred by the Fed's adoption of a new framework for approaching inflation. Alright, there's a whole article here which has a good explanation of what the mistake could have been and really the whole situation surrounding it all. But the bigger question that pops up is, what is going to be happening with inflation? What is the Fed going to do? And what are they going to be telling us? Because when Jerome was talking just now, when Powell was talking, I think I'm not the only one who was really confused with what he was trying to do. Really, I don't know what his deal was, or what his strategy has been, and what his advisors told him to do, and just really who has decided what. Because it's not just him deciding things. He's just a spokesperson. He doesn't decide all these big things. I don't know what went on inside that office, but it's not good. America is really on a loose thread, and I'm really afraid to go into it heavily, which kind of makes my point. I see a lot of these articles. 3 best penny stocks to buy now can surge 300% higher. And I'm personally such a chicken where I'm just a little bit too afraid to get into stocks or get into indices. Just because I am thinking that in November, when the elections come up, and they switch over, of course, that the uncertainty will be so high that the S&P 500 will be falling like crazy to maybe destroy 4 years of gains or maybe even 8 years of gains. I don't know about that one. But I'm kind of certain a big fall will occur. And I'm already anticipating on it and just not buying into indices heavily. Even though I still got 1.5 months at least then until a big fall would occur, I just don't dare. And I'm debating if I should just put some money in some indices and just let it ride for the next 50 years, who cares, and just not look at it anymore. Even if it's down, just stay with it. But also I'm like, well, I maybe should not do that, because if the prices do come down, I can invest at a more bottom point. And I guess go try get the dip a little bit more, right? Because then, of course, you have more money or more stocks. Ripple partner joins forces with streaming giant Spotify. Ripple partner dLocal to unlock Spotify Premium for unbanked Latin Americans. Longtime Ripple partner dLocal has announced its collaboration with streaming platform Spotify to make it easier for the latter to expand its base of premium subscribers in Latin America. dLocal's Alejandro Esperanza claims that they will help Spotify release its full potential in that region to, quote, success hinges on the ability to understand each market and how their consumers prefer to pay for the goods and services that they enjoy. This partnership underscores our commitment to helping the world's biggest companies like Spotify realize the full potential these markets offer. Yeah, really good point. Really good point. I actually just fixed my Spotify subscription again. I had to arrange something because I don't know, it was kind of acting strange a little bit. But the problem is I'm always so afraid to go for phishing mails as well that I will always look up the Spotify website myself. I will never press Spotify on any email or things like that. I'm just too scared for that. And last but not least, I just saw this article. Federal Reserve reveals plans for digital dollar. I was really excited because, well, it's an article from September 1st, I thought, maybe they gave us some new crazy insights. And it's from Forbes, which you guys know I like to read. But I'm like, well, if it was on Forbes right now, I check Forbes maybe 10 times a day. I would have seen it already, but I didn't see. And articles like that really get a lot of clicks, so it would have been at the top. How come? Did it really just get posted now and I missed it? What happened? And then I checked it, and it's an article from a couple of weeks ago already. It's from the 13th of August. Really let me down, but as you can see, 120,000 views. A lot of people like this type of stuff. It is very interesting. I can understand, because the Federal Reserve reviewed research plans for digital dollar. I can understand how you, as an individual, even if you're not into crypto, would like to know, would like to read about that, because it really is about the future of all your money as well, and your government and just everything, the central bank and things like that. So it's pretty important to know. But guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very nice day.